The following review has been approved by Lord Carnage and the best of Classic Game Room. Welcome to Classic Game Room for the review of Return of Double Dragon on the Super Famicom, also known as Super Double Dragon, and it is super. Prepare for the awesome. I'll get this review started on a positive note. This is easily the best Double Dragon game I've ever played, except it is missing one thing. If you're a longtime fan of Classic Game Room, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Where is it? How do I unlock the BJ theme? Or is that only in the Neo-Geo CD version? Bimmy! Jimmy! I rather like that version of Double Dragon, which is more of a fighting game. This is a traditional side-scrolling beat-em-up Double Dragon style game. Released in 1992 for the Super Famicom, this is also known as Super Double Dragon on the Super Nintendo. And if you like your 1990s side-scrolling beat-em-ups, then you're gonna like this. For starters, it plays really well, and the difficulty curve is actually reasonable. It's challenging, but not impossible. Obviously, it's best played two-player, so Derek joined me here, and we're beating up a bunch of street thugs in the name of honor, or something. I'm not sure why we're fighting, except that it's really fun. I'm the guy in blue. Derek is looking great in pink today. Beating up some thugs in front of the flight attendants who don't even call security. Alright. My kind of town. I love getting people on the rebound with the boomerang. I love everything about this game. It's just great. This is up there with the best of Streets of Rage and Final Fight. It's got nice colorful visuals, good music, great controls for once. You punch, you kick. Sometimes you can block your opponents and then grab their throws and then beat the crap out of them and throw them the other direction. And you've got a super attack you can even charge up, which you won't need to worry about if you get your hands on those sweet nunchucks. They rock. Holding the L or R button on your Super Nintendo or Super Famicom controller will charge up that power bar. I think if you can get it past 50%, you do that cool spin kick move across the screen. If you charge it up all the way, it starts blinking. And then you get a super punch or super kick, which knocks them down with one hit. Doesn't knock them out, but it's good for just putting them on their ass a couple times without taking much damage yourself. I like that it has all the traditional side-scrolling beat-em-up levels covered. You can't have one of these games without the on top of the truck level, or on top of a train or subway, so we got that covered. There's a nice diverse collection of enemy thugs to beat up, most of whom are wearing bandannas or sporting mullets, as they should. This is a 1990s fighting game after all. Sadly, there's no trash can apples or roast turkey, but there are some good tunes here on the Super Nintendo. And there's a book sale, which encourages reading. It is missing the legendary BJ theme, though. Nothing says Bimmy and Jimmy like some sax. Strategically, this plays like most other games in the genre. You want to attack enemies from an angle, keep them at a distance, and never get surrounded. Pick up things and throw them when you can. Always keep an eye out for those nunchucks. Well, here's one idea. You can record the BJ theme from Double Dragon on Neo-Geo CD and play it while you're enjoying Return of Double Dragon or Super Double Dragon. That would really make it perfect. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, watch that review or buy the best of Classic Game Room. It definitely deserved to be on there. This is a fairly sizable game for the genre that's best enjoyed 2-player, but it's good single-player too. And I've got a classic game room, shout out and thank you, to send all the way to Japan, to Atsushi, from Saitama, Japan. From what I've seen, this one kinda holds its value out there, and for good reason, it's worth owning. Super Double Dragon or Return of Double Dragon. Thank you again Atsushi, highly recommended! Kick some ass on your Super Famicom. The Best of Classic Game Room is now on DVD, Blu-ray, and Hyper Laser Vision album set.